Welcome students. This is for Herbal Drug Technology, Unit 1. It's a short class and students, I think your classes have been started last week itself. So this is about some definitions in Herbal Drug Technology in Unit 1. And we will continue this unit. This unit you can see the 6th semester B Pharmacy students. If you see this syllabus in Herbal Drug Technology, you have the herbs as raw materials, definitions of herbs, herbal medicine, herbal medicinal product, herbal drug preparations, and how you select a drug for a good agriculture practice like identification, authentication of herbal materials, processing of herbal raw materials, biodynamic agriculture. What do you mean by biodynamic agriculture? In good agriculture practice in cultivation of medicinal plants, including organic farming, which we know that organic farming is an also important topics, and pest management in medicinal plants using biopesticides and bioinsecticides. These all include in this syllabus. I expect sincere advice for the students to listen to this class. It's a small class. Take down notes. Write down what you are listening and make your notes, and you have to submit to my office. That is very, very important for you. This makes you to be prepared for the examination point of view. This is totally prepared in the examination point of view, this lecture, all lectures. You can even repeatedly you can listen to this lecture and you can write down. If you subscribe my channel, you will get immediate information also. Otherwise, I will share the topic also. You can just listen to the class. So, see, before going to the chapter, it's necessary for us to know what type of questions can be asked by our university, Kerala University of Health Science. Question in particular this unit 1 I have just seen, because we got the exam only after 2020, the 6th semester. You know very well, started from 21. So we have very less question in which they have taken minimum concentrated some questions, 10 mark question, 5 mark question and 2 mark questions also they have asked. So noting down these questions, whether it is possible, can I appear by means of my teacher's lecture or my teacher's syllabus coverage. Is it in the proper way of the university syllabus? It's necessary for the students to analyze and to give the feedback. See the first question they have asked in 2021, 10 mark question in May 2021. Explain good agriculture practice in cultivation of medicinal plants. And explain processing of herbal raw material 5-mark question in May 2021. Write a note on bioinsecticides with example. 2-mark question in May 2021. You see, in May 2021 itself, 17-mark questions have been taken from this unit 1. So we have to study according to the questions which is asked and depth which we want to go for the syllabus. Explain in the next January 2022, explain the guidelines of good agriculture practice, GAP, in cultivation of medicinal plants, asked for 10-mark question in the consequent question paper. You just see that in January 2022. And define biodynamic agriculture. Definition. 2-mark question they have asked in January 2022. Importance of organic farming, organic cultivation, organic products, which you know very well how much important nowadays. People like to take the products from organic cultivation. So, importance of organic farming, 2-mark question in May 2022. And see, in May 2022, again they have asked the same question paper, 2-mark question, processing of herbal raw material. Herbal raw material processing. They asked about the different categories for 2-mark question. And 8-mark question, define biopesticides and mention their advantages. 5-mark question in December 2022. And they have asked from this chapter, define pest, 2-mark question in December 2022. And in the same December 2022, 2-mark question, define herbal medicine. And next, you can see the next question paper, July 2023. Explain the different types of pests and explain briefly different methods of control of pests. You should write 10-mark question. Even I have prepared in such a way, natural pesticides, how we can use in the garden. It will be interesting for the students to know application in your home also, in your home garden or in cultivation. It can possible to use it. So that's all they have asked in July 2023, 10-mark question. You see, in July 2023, again 5-mark question. See how many questions they are asking in 1 year, one question paper itself. They explain the process involved in processing of herbal raw material. Repeated again. 5-mark question. Define bioinsecticide. 2-mark question in July 2023. Same question paper. In the same question paper again, explain organic farming. 2-mark question in July 2023. You see the next one, again 10-mark question in next consequent question paper of October 2023. They have asked, define herb, write a note on selection, identification and authentication of herbal material and how processing of herbal raw materials are done. The 5-mark question, 2-mark question, all together they asked for a 10-mark question. So it's necessary for the students to prepare or to write and listen the class, because it's needed a practice of writing an examination. So this is a practice of writing a notes by listening a lecture notes. A person, if you write, it will be helpful for you to write your university exam. Next question you see in October 2023, the same year, same question paper, explain organic farming. And define herb and herbal medicine, 2-mark question in the same question paper, October 2023. See the question they are asking in October 2023. Again they have asked one more 2-mark question. Define biopesticides with examples. 2-mark questions. So you should know that in one question paper, minimum 15, 17 and 19-mark question have been asked from this chapter. See, next question next year in February 2024, recently, explain briefly herbal mixtures with an example, 5-mark question in February 2024. And distinguish between herbal medicine product and a herbal drug preparation, 2-mark question in February 2024. And in the same February 2024, they have asked again a 5-mark question, organic farming. Organic farming. You see that? The question, how the patterns they are asking. And next come to the May 2024, the next consequent question paper, May 2024. Write briefly on good agriculture practice in cultivation of medicinal plants, 5-mark question in May 2024. Processing of herbal raw materials, 2-mark question in May 2024. And types of pests they have asked for 2-mark question in the same question paper, May 2024. So it's very interesting subtopic. So we will just have a discussion today, a short definitions and details. Listen to the class, write down and come to my office and bring to my office and correct it with some references. If not, my lecture is not clear, you can just have a reference in internet, or you can download and you can add also. And you can make yourself confirm that is, am I right or wrong? The teacher is right. My lecture is, if there is any mistakes, you can just comment on me and you can just give me a suggestions and I can correct it. I'm also studying like you. So I'm just a way for you to study and write the exam. So see here, herbal medicine includes what all? Herbs. You should know what is a herb, you should know that definition. Herbs means we know that leaf, root, stems, all the parts of the plant directly you can say it's a herb. Medicinal plant. Herbal material. The material which is prepared from the herb, which we are using in traditional practice and even in our Indian medicinal system like Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, everywhere we are using herbal medicine, herbal materials and herbal preparations. Like we are preparing many traditional preparation, galenical preparations, like decoction, insertions, many infusions, and finished products, mixture of herbs, filled in a capsule, made into tablets, made into other formulations. Why not? We are going to hire more transdermal, higher version of formulations, drug delivery systems by herbal medicines. Finished products is available in the market in a form of suitable for the administration to the patient. Just a picture I have shown about the capsule. There are many to have the discussion. And here in some countries, herbal medicine may contain by traditional, natural, organic or inorganic active ingredients that are not of plant origin also they used to add. Example like animal, mineral materials, fungi, algae, lichens and or among others are also added. Sources of herbs. First we start with the sources of herbs. from where you are getting, how you can distinguish them? By two ways. One is by means of wild. You see here, wild from the forest, source such as forest, plains, rivers, banks, bank of the river banks. Herbs are abundant in nature and are easily available. An advantage of wild source of herb: easy to obtain, economical, less time consuming, decreased cost of labor. But disadvantages in wild herbs: the plants may not be uniform in growth and yield. The quality of the plant cannot be predicted due to various environments or various environmental changes in the wild atmosphere, and lots of adulteration may occur during collection. If the collector should be more educated regarding the drug which he is interested to collect. And when we come to cultivation, you can see the picture of cultivation. It is systemically cultivated by applying modern scientific techniques. Advantage is there: quality and purity ensured, better yield and more profit, and ensure regular supply of raw materials. An application of modern scientific technique is possible. So that are interesting in cultivated plants or cultivated herbs. So by source itself they can be divided into two. And when we are going to see what is herbs, what about herbal material definition, what about herbal preparations, what about finished herbal products, and what do you mean by herbal dosage forms? What do you mean by medicinal plants? Medicinal plants means herbs which is used for medicinal purpose. And medicinal plant material is herbal materials. But still we should know that some places they are using medicinal plant materials instead of herbal materials. What is contamination? We know that contamination. And what is cross-contamination? And this agriculture, good agriculture practice. How to maintain the cultivation of medicinal plants. So you see here, herbs. What do you mean by, they are asking define herbs. Herbs include crude plant materials such as leaves, flowers, fruits, seeds, stem, wood, bark, roots, rhizomes, or other plant parts which may be entire or maybe a part, fragmented, or even powdered. So that's a definition, very simple. A student can write what is a herb, define herb. You should write this definition very clearly. And herbal material. What is the definition for herbal material? It's obtained from the plant. This is the herbal material include, in addition to the herbs, fresh juice, gums, fixed oil, essential oil, resins, and dry powders of herbs. They are herbal materials. In some countries, these materials may be processed by various local procedures such as steaming, roasting, or stir baking with honey, mixing with honey, alcoholic beverages by fermenting, or other plant material mixing. So all of them are called as plant materials. What do you mean by herbal preparations? Herbal preparations are the basis for finished herbal products. Basis for the finished herbal products, and may include comminuted, size reduced or powdered herbal materials or extracts, tinctures and fatty oils of herbal materials. They are produced by extraction, fractionation, purification, concentration or other physical or biological process. So they also include preparations made by steeping or heating herbal materials in alcoholic beverage, honey, or in other materials. Finished herbal products. Definition. What is finished herbal products? Like tablets, capsules, many other formulations, mixture of herbal products, herbal materials, mixture of medicinal herbs. Finished herbal products consist of one or more herbal preparations made from one or more herbs, that is, from different herbal preparation made of the same plant as well as herbal preparation from different plants. Products containing different plant materials are called mixture herbal products. Finished herbal products or mixture herbal products may contain excipients. Excipients, you know that. You might have studied about various excipients used for formulation, in addition to the active ingredients. So, however, this point is very important. You should know the negative point also. Here, however, finished products are mixture herbal products to which chemically defined active substances have been added. Chemically defined active substances, if added, including synthetic compounds in some cases, and are isolated compound, even isolated compounds, the constituents from herbal materials, if it is added, are not considered to be herbal. This point you should remember. Herbal dosage forms. What do you mean by herbal dosage form definition? There are many dosage forms in cosmetics also. Creams, ointments, external, paste, gels, suppositories, and many other formulations. Even you can see there is phytosomes, and we have many advanced formulations also available. Herbal dosage forms are the physical form, liquid, solid, semi-solid, of herbal products produced from herbs with or without excipients in a particular formulation, such as decoction, tablets and ointments, etc. They are produced either from herbal materials such as dried roots or fresh juices, or herbal preparations such as extracts. Now the definition, sometimes they used to ask medicinal plants. They are herbs. Medicinal plants are the plants which we have seen the sources wild or cultivated, used in medicinal purpose. And medicinal plant material means same herbal material. The materials which is obtained from the medicinal plants. Now, what do you mean by contamination? We know that contamination very clearly by means of microorganisms or by means of impurities, contamination, adulterations. We have studied in the last semester itself. The undesired introduction or undeliberately of impurities of a chemical or microbial or microbiological nature or of foreign matter into or onto a staining or a starting material, starting raw material or intermediate during production or processing, sample packing or sampling, packing or repacking, storage or transport. They are said to be contamination. Cross-contamination in between. That means contamination of a starting material, intermediate product or finished product by another starting material or product during production getting some impurities, cross-contamination. And when we come to this slide, it shows the steps involved in good agriculture practice. We will see individually these steps involved in good agriculture practice in detail. First one is selection of herb with identification and authentication, in which you should have botanical identity of the plant, specimens should be preserved, and specificity of the seed and other propagation materials. These all needed for to start your good agriculture practice for cultivation. And when you take cultivation of herb, site selection is very important. Ecological environment and the social impact study is very important. Climate, soil, irrigation and drainage, how you do for the good agriculture practice, we will have to see in detail. Collection of herbs, it is very important. Collection of herb, appropriate collection time you should collect. And avoiding contamination during collection is very important for medicinal plants or medicinal herbs which in good agriculture practice. Processing of raw materials. Many times they have asked 5 mark question, 10 mark question, 2 mark question. In processing of raw materials, they can be categorized in two forms. One is primary processing, in which garbling, washing, parboiling, leaching, drying. You have to see all this detail in separately. Secondary processing. In processing there are primary processing, secondary processing. Cutting, selection. Sometimes you are cutting the material, otherwise sometimes selecting the material. Aging, sweating, baking, roasting, boiling or steaming, stir frying, fumigation, extraction. So we have to see all this definition in detail in the coming class. Today I feel this will be sufficient for the students to get a new writing in a long square book. Take your lecture notes and write it and get my signature. That is very important for you to prepare for your examination. Now you see here, once more I want to make you to, that is, one is selection of herbs with identification and authentication. Second one is cultivation of herb. And the third one is collection of herbs. And the fourth one is processing of raw materials. These 4 points we have to see in detail in the next class. Thank you for listening. I hope you will be sincere to write and submit your assignment or your lecture notes. It will be returned to you for your examination point of view. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Subscribe my channel and do the needful. Thank you.